Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Dear students, now we shall study the second lecture of our chapter number 3, that is about plasmas as fluids. Classical treatment of magnetic materials is our today's topic. As we know, each gyrating particle has a magnetic moment. Plasma, consists of electrons and ions, and these electrons and ions also gyrate. So it would seem that the logical thing to do would be to consider a plasma as a magnetic material. Let us consider a plasma as a magnetic material which has a permeability mu m. Mu m is its permeability. Here we put a subscript small m. Why? Only to differentiate this permeability from adiabatic invariant mu. In chapter number 2 we studied adiabatic invariant and it was denoted by mu, simply mu, and here we have mu m. Mu m means permeability, magnetic permeability, or simply permeability. The ferromagnetic material domains, say, of a piece of iron have magnetic moment mu I, giving rise to a bulk magnetization. As we know, there are three types of magnetic materials: paramagnetic, diamagnetic, and ferromagnetic. So we supposed that plasma is a ferromagnetic material, and in ferromagnetic materials the specimen behaves as a strong magnet, and the examples of ferromagnetic materials are just like iron, steel, aluminum, nickel, cobalt, alloy, etc. Here we take we suppose that iron has a magnetic moment mu I, and iron is a ferromagnetic material, we know. And the given as into bulk magnetization of the iron is capital M is equal to 1 by V sigma mu I. Mu I is the magnetic moment for iron. Sigma, sum of magnetic moments per unit volume. This V is for volume. Sum of magnetic moments for iron per unit volume is called the magnetization. Capital M, and this is what we call equation number 1. This has same effect as a bound current density equal to JB. JB for bound, J is current density, B mean bound, is equal to del cross M. Del cross M is called bound current density, and this is what we call equation number 2. By the vacuum equations 4, we have already studied Maxwell equations for vacuums and for medium. Now for vacuum we know the fourth Maxwell equation is del cross B is equal to mu naught into J plus epsilon naught partial E by partial T, or we can write partial E by partial T as E dot. This E dot is actually partial E by partial T. E dot is equal to actually partial E by partial T. We must include in J, mean in current density, both this current density and the free or externally applied density. Mean our current density should include bound current density. This current mean here, this current density mean JB. JB mean bound current density, and free density, which is denoted by JF. So here this density J must be equal to the sum of this J must be equal to the sum of bound current density and free current density. Here you can see this one is actually the sum of the free current density and bound current density. So del cross B is equal to mu naught into JF plus JB plus epsilon naught E dot. This is equation number 3. We can write del cross B by mu naught. We may here del cross B over mu naught. Mu naught has been divided on the other side. So del cross B over mu naught is equal to JF plus JB plus epsilon naught E dot. This is equation number 4. We wish to write equation 4 as simple form, as in simple form. So del cross H, because we know B by mu naught is equal to H. B by mu naught is equal to H. This is what we already know. This one, B by mu naught is equal to H. This one. So del cross H is equal to JF plus epsilon naught E dot. This is epsilon naught E dot, and here is JF. What happened to JB? What happened to this JB in equation number 4? Let's see. Or we may write H is equal to H is equal to mu naught inverse B minus M. H is equal to mu naught inverse B, mu naught inverse B minus M. This is equation number 6 and this is equation number 5. Let's see what happened actually. Let by including JB in the definition of H, del cross H plus M. I wrote this side del cross H plus M. Here M is added in H. So del cross H plus M is equal to JF plus JB plus epsilon naught E dot. Okay. Now del cross H, we may write del cross H plus del cross M is equal to JF plus JB plus epsilon naught E dot. This del cross M, this one, this del cross M is equal to JB. We already know del cross M is equal to JB. So if we replace del cross M by JB, JB is cancelled out from the both sides. So we get del cross H is equal to JF plus epsilon naught E dot. This is what happened actually. Okay. Here del cross H plus JB, because we said del cross B is equal to del cross B is equal to JB. This is B actually, it's not so visible. Let's write it again. This is B, del cross B is equal to JB, bound current density. So this JB is cancelled from this JB and we get del cross H is equal to JF plus epsilon naught E dot. To get a simple relation between B and H, we assume M to be proportional to B or H. M is proportional to H, or we may write M is equal to chi MH. This chi here is a constant of proportionality called magnetic susceptibility. We related M with H. So M and H are directly proportional to each other, and we may write M is equal to some constant H, and this constant is chi, a Greek letter chi. M means magnetic susceptibility. This is magnetic susceptibility, and this M is equal to chi MH is called equation number 7. This relation between B and H is possible because of linear form of equation number 7. In a plasma with magnetic field, each particle has a magnetic moment mu alpha, and the quantity M is the sum of all these magnetic moments mu alphas in 1 meter cube. So mu alpha is equal to, we know this is mu alpha is equal to, in step number 2 we studied mu alpha is equal to 1 by 2 half 1 by 2 m p perpendicular square. Kinetic energy per unit magnetic field half mv perpendicular square over b. Okay, and mu alpha and b are inversely proportional to each other, inversely proportional to b. So m is inversely proportional to b. M is inversely proportional to b. Then this relation between m and h or b is no longer linear. This is not linear relation. According to equation number 7, there must be linear relation between b and h. But in this equation, m and b are not linearly related. M and h or m or b are not linearly related. So we can't write b is equal to mu m into h. We can't write. This equation is impossible. Means b and h are not linear. They are non-linear. Here mu m is equal to constant. It is therefore not useful to consider plasma as magnetic material. Magnetic material, it is not possible to say that plasma is magnetic material. Plasma is diamagnetic material. Remember this one. Plasma is a diamagnetic material. Allah Hafiz.